On Tuesday, July 6, 2010, 3 hikers parked at the First Water trailhead and disappeared. This trailhead sits on the edge of the Superstition Mountains in Arizona. Today I'm hiking to the place where it happened. Curtis Merworth, Malcolm Meeks, and Adrian Charles traveled from Utah to Arizona in search of the lost Dutchman gold mine. Due to the oppressive heat, the Superstition Mountains are vacant in the summer and a great time of year to go unnoticed as a gold digger. However, there is a reason for its vacancy in July. The temp for the day was forecast to reach 105 degrees. To mitigate this heat, the men brought umbrellas to guard them from the summer sun and set out for an exploratory day hike towards the east. Tragically, they were not heard from again. In response to a missing persons report, the sheriff's office set up a command post at the First Water trailhead. The search continued through December, but not a trace was found. Search and rescue pondered their fate. Were they swallowed by an open shaft left by past miners? Shot, buried, and hidden from notice in a tucked-away canyon? Or lost in a remote corner of the wilderness and awaiting their rescue? As time slipped by, the searchers gave up all hope of them being alive. On January 5th, 2011, 6 months after they went missing, local resident Rick Gwynn was hiking up the north side of Yellow Peak. Near the summit, Rick stumbled upon 2 skeletons fully dressed and resting near tattered umbrellas. There is no trail to Yellow Peak, so this is the approach I took from the north side. black basalt they struggled, empty bottles in hand and no shade to be found. Two faltered and sat in silence, regretting their decisions. No easy escape and no option but to send the strong. A last-ditch effort for assistance. They sat waiting, unable to do much else, and slipped away without rescue. Tragically, two of them passed away and were found right here. Their bone-bleached bodies lie where they fell, void of treasure and unfulfilled dreams. Outside of spectacular views, the reason they came here is unknown. The strongest among them met a similar fate, not far from Yellow Peak and still miles from civilization. In desperation, he turned back the way they came, off trail and in the southwest direction. The third person in the party was found by searchers 8 days later, less than 2 miles away, just above an abandoned water trough.
Well, I found the tank after walking right past it.
They had purchased a map in town which would have shown Second Water Spring. Was the third person heading for that when he collapsed less than a half mile away? And would the spring even have water in July? After this music, these three followed. The seduction of wealth and adventure brought them in and they did not return. This range of mountains has tricked many over the years and continues to do so. Unlike other places, it is not concealed under a canopy of trees. Here, the desert opens its arms with faraway vistas. Victims as these are tempted by its welcoming horizons. They misjudge the risk, explore past their abilities, and find their limits in its unforgiving vastness. A malevolent hand is conjured to distract us from our own vulnerabilities. It is a place both of beauty and of horror and demands respect. Avoid a summer trip at all costs. Even those accustomed to the heat think twice before a deep wilderness trip in the summer. Water is scarce, pack it in and overestimate. 1 liter per hour or two gets heavy, but it's vital. Electrolytes are important, so use them. Avoid hiking during the extreme heat window. Seek shade during peak sun hours. Plan your itinerary and share it with someone. Bring a flashlight for a Plan B hike out in the dark.